What's up, fellow apocalypse? It's Android Angel. I know it's been a while since I've even posted anything on here, but I think today I decided I needed to get back, and I'll explain some things as we go along. We're going to start a brand new game with all the updates of patch 1.17 on 7 Days to Die. Now, I am going to do random gen, of course, and I'll go through my options real quick. I'm going to start off on adventure, leave zombies never running, and everything else you can see. Modded options, I've changed a few things up, so anything that drops on death will just be in the backpack. I keep my tool belt. I changed enemy spawning to low because I've had some practice since then. 24-hour day cycles are 60 minutes long, so we're just going to start with a brand new playthrough. Things might be a little different. I might get into some different stuff later, but we're going to start with a brand new 7 Days to Die Android Angel playthrough. And I think we're just going to title this game Save Android. Now, while we wait for this to load up, it's been 6+ months since I've even uploaded a video to my channel, and I apologize for that. There's been a lot of things going on. Started a new job. I'm working 12-hour shifts now. Finally have 5 days off. I got today and tomorrow, and then I go back to work tomorrow night. So I'm gonna try to bring you guys a new video at least once or twice a week, just until some things level out. And on my days off, I might upload another video or two, just depending on how things go. But I know beforehand I had done an unboxing of a new camera that I had purchased from Amazon, and I was going to use it as my face cam for my playthroughs, but I had ran into some issues. My laptop took a nosedive. I've got to get some things caught up around here, and I've got to get my laptop repaired so I can start doing actual editing on my PS4 playthroughs for 7 Days to Die. But for right now, I think until things turn around, or until I start making some headway, we'll just keep going with the old school stuff. We'll just stick with the old style. But we'll see what all new stuff they got here in the update. I think it was mostly just bug fixes. I haven't had a chance to check the 7 Days to Die forums yet, so we're starting out with a brand new playthrough. Now, one of the things that I've gotten into lately is I do a little bit of Twitch streaming. I started that about 6 months ago, around the time that I was having issues getting my computer and everything up and running. But I stopped doing Twitch streams for a while, just as I stopped doing YouTube videos for a while. But like I said, you know, we'll do what we can with what I got. Starting out now in new updates with everything. This came with update 10. You start out with a new quest line allocation, I guess you could say. New order of how things are done in the quest line. You start off first of all with your bedroll, which we'll go ahead and get that crafted and taken care of so we can move on to the next quest. But like I was saying, I'm not giving up on YouTube. I'm not giving up on my channel. I'm not giving up on anybody who watches this. And I have absolutely no intention of giving up on my live streams either. I plan on keeping things going as long as I can. But for right now things are a bit rough, so we'll just do what we can with what we got. Anyway, as you can see, the next thing that I have to do in the upper right hand corner is I need to gather some plant fibers, wood, and stone. As you've seen while I was punching out the leaves there, I managed to pick up 6 stone, but now I gotta find wood. And rather than punch a tree, there are some things around here that we can use. I gotta find it. It's just a little bush is all it is. It's like a little shrub or something that actually is wood. It gives you in PC, I believe it gives you sticks, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to find out where one is, because I really don't think you guys want to see me punching a tree, but may end up resorting to that if I can't find what I'm looking for here. But with all the new update and everything, I plan on, in my Twitch live stream, plan on doing some revisiting to my original Hordeville Catacombs build that I had done on the first video I had made, and I think I'm just going to go from there. On this one, we're going to do something different, because I don't like repeating myself on multiple platforms. But you guys will see something similar to the Hordeville Catacombs, but I think I might change it up a little bit. Instead of putting it above underground, I think I may incorporate the treehouse building that came with the update. You know, I might as well go ahead and get that crafted while I'm at it. But I think I might do something like that. I might do a canopy city type deal, just because it's something different, and I haven't had a chance to experiment with any of the physics on, you know, treehouse building very much. I know in my previous Twitch live streams, I was on one of my game saves, I was doing a treehouse fort basically, and it was going good, but they updated, and when they update, I had to start all over again. I had to start a new playthrough, and I had to basically erase or wipe what I had saved up. Not only that, I got to a point where I got tired of the dogs killing me all the time, so I basically just gave up on that playthrough. Now on this one, I think we're just going to do some goofing around, some messing around with this stuff, and try to get myself back into doing my videos and my content. I am signed up for an Amazon affiliation. I do need to find a way to make sales in order to keep it, in order to get it approved. But I haven't been very successful in that so far. So even if I do lose it, I'm not going to give up. I'll try again another time, and hopefully be able to do something with this later. But right now, with limited editing and recording ability, I'm basically stuck with the original setup that I was doing videos with, just using my PlayStation and the microphone that came with it when I purchased it. But I do have a different style of gameplay that I go through now. I have figured out a few new little tricks and tips to maybe help you guys get through it. I usually spend, like I say, you know, first little bit right here where I spawned in, gathering a few supplies, doing some crafting, trying to get my crafting levels up, and hopefully I can find some bird's nests here, because I'm going to need it here soon. Let's go ahead and craft that wooden club just to get it out of the way. Now, I won't keep this wooden club. I craft it just to scrap it, because I don't want a low-level club. No, what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to take all of this raw iron, and we'll scrap it down to 123. Now what that does is it gives me scrap iron, which I can use to make an iron reinforced club, which is basically the route I like to go. Oh, hey, look, a bird's nest. Now, as far as my ranged weaponry goes, I like to have a bunch of arrows built before I actually make my bow. Now, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to gather stone and raw iron. And I know you can probably see that deer in the background there, but I'm not going to mess with it because I don't need the meat on me attracting zombies right now. My main focus at this moment is to gather materials and find some place to hold up for the night. And by the looks of things, this map may be mostly water, which I don't have a problem with that. Don't have a problem with it at all. I just really don't like swimming, but what the hell, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do. And now that I've got some materials built up, this is how I level my weaponsmithing. I come in here and I craft 4 stone axes at once. And while I'm waiting on the other 3 to craft, I'm going to sit here and use this one to do some damage and get some more materials. And then once those other 3 are done, I'll go in, I'll switch to the next lowest and the next, and then I'll start crafting 3 more, or 4 more. And I'll show you why here in just a minute. And mostly when people do spam crafting, you just max out whatever they can get, craft it all into a bunch, then go through and scrap it. That takes too much time for me. For one, it takes too much, you know, it's too meticulous doing it that way. It's too time consuming. It doesn't utilize, you know, your movement and your other abilities and whatnot as efficiently as what I'm going to show you here in a minute. As soon as I get done smacking this rock down. Alright. Now if you notice, I have axes in here, and I'm just scrapping out the low ones. I'll put that in my tool belt because I'm going to do some stuff while I'm working on it. But to show you what I mean, we'll do a quick little sample here. I've already got it selected, so all I got to do is craft. Sit here, you scrap 1. The next time it pops up, all you got to do is hit the scrap. You don't have to hit the triangle, just hit the scrap command. It automatically scraps your queue. And then you hit it 1 more time and all 3 are scrapped down. And if you look on my next one, my level's actually gone up double what I was getting. So we're just going to leave it at that for now. Once I get some more materials together and I get to a safe place where I can do some spam crafting, we're going to work on it. Now you're probably wondering why I haven't completed that quest in the corner of doing the bow and arrow. 1, I want more feathers. I don't like crafting my bow until I've made at least 100 arrows right off the bat. And if you look carefully, I've only got 20 feathers. So I'm going to stick close by to where I'm at and cut down some trees and some other stuff. I mean, I got plenty of time during the day. If push comes to shove, I'll just make some wood frames and hole up in a tree. Alright, but take out these little trees. It'll save your axe a little more. Always look down. See, look, there's a camp over there. I don't want to go that way yet, because if I go down there, I'm going to spawn in zombies at that POI. I don't want to do that yet. So we're going to go the opposite direction. Yeah, I know you're probably thinking, oh my god, he's a chicken shit. Just craft your little weak ass bow and go get it. I would, but I want to survive. I don't want to die right off the bat yet. So we're going to go through. See, now I'm up to 46. It won't take long to get me up to, you know, 100 feathers. I just got to make sure I have 100 wood and 100 stone to get it. And use each arrow, if you look carefully, is 1 wood, 1 stone, 1 feather. I can only make 46 right now. I don't want to do that. Yeah, it would get my level up to around 30 or maybe even 40 in weapons, but I want something a little bit stronger. I at least want a level 75 bow and a 75 iron club before I go down to that POI. So what I do is I just sit here and smack away at trees and grass and hopefully come across some rather well filled or well endowed bird's nests. Hell, even a chicken at this point in time would be fun. And look, see, it came up, I literally like 2 feet away. See, this is the one I did just a minute ago. Now normally when you find one, I have noticed that there's usually another one not too far away. See, look, right here, boom, another empty bird's nest. And then there's another one that's going to be a little bit close, just as close. Just got to pick a direction. It seems like it might be a good way to go. And I think we're going to come over here. Let's see if I can't find one in this general area. Now, there's not a guaranteed, yep, look, see, there's another one. It's usually only a few blocks away when you're first starting out. Now, I'm going to head over this way. I want to see where I got, see if I got another one up here. I'll gather some plant fibers and stuff too, because I'm going to need those. Should be one close by where I'm at now. Usually when I find a bird's nest, I can usually find at least 2 to 3 more within a 20 block radius of that one bird's nest. And as you can see from those 3 that I went through, they're all within about 15 to 20 blocks of each other. Oh, and my axe is dead. Okay, we'll scrap that one. Now I'm not going to spam craft for a while. I got 4 axes to burn through. They're low level, but they're getting the job done. That's all I care about. Another thing the bird's nest might make it easy to find is if you come up around here. Yeah, see, look, right there we go. That one was a little more than 20 blocks away, but we found it. And I have 77 arrows now. But we'll head back over this way and gather some supplies as we go. Whatever we need. I've got wood. I got plenty of wood here. I got some stone. Got several feathers. Got plenty of grass fiber, plant fiber. Well, no, I don't have very many plant fibers, so we'll smack some of those up on our way. Now you're probably wondering, well, why are you heading back over this way towards that POI? Well, it's because bird's nests are somewhere around here close by. Should come up on another one here pretty soon. If I'm not mistaken, there's going to be one right over in here somewhere. It seems like they've got the bird's nests set to spawn in near like rocky outcroppings and whatnot. Occasionally you might find some by the trees, like literally right now. Oh wait, there's one right there. See, look, told you, it's not too far from a rocky outcropping and it's right next to a tree. Boom, there's 90. Alright. Now because I have 90 feathers, I'm going to go ahead and craft all 90 arrows. That'll be more than enough to get me through that POI over there. And right behind it, we're going to craft the wooden bow and the iron reinforced club. And while those are crafting up, we're going to sit here and smack some more resources. Now, that POI I found, the one with the tent, I'm not going to be able to stay there because it's just cloth tent. It's not going to hold up. It won't be very worthwhile to stay there. But we're going to go loot it anyway, just in case, because there might be water, there might be food. I'm going to need it either way. Alright, weapons smithing's level up. Now, your starter chili is a long-standing superstition in the 7 Days to Die gaming world that the starter chili never gets eaten. You either put it away or whatever you want to do with it. I tend to scrap it because one, it'll give you the shits right off the bat, and you don't want that. The only way to cure the shits is with the blue and white pills or a thing of honey, and possibly, I believe it's the goldenrod tea will cure the shits. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that one. But when that quest up in the corner disappears, I'll know my bow is done. And then we'll go check it out. But as you can see, it's 13:21 and I'm still out here smacking at rocks and shit. I can't scrap that. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll just drop it. And watch it derp out on the rock as I smack the rock. That is so funny. It can't make up its mind if it wants to lay still on top of the rock or just wants to sit there and keep derping out. Oh, look, bow's done. And shortly here, right behind it, will be the iron reinforced club. See, look, level 54 after 90, only 90 arrows, and I've already got a level 54. Damn it. Level 54. That bow will work for now, that club will work for now. I'll go ahead and knock one up. And we'll move on. Let's see, where am I at on stone? I have 175 stone. Let's go smack another boulder. These boulders that I keep hitting, oh look, another bird's nest. See? You take out one bird's nest, you come across another. That was a rock. But these boulders right here give you iron, the raw iron, and they're a good source of raw iron, and they're a good source of stone too, which you're gonna need. And while I'm waiting, let's go ahead and get these wood frames crafted up. Now it says you only need 3. I always craft up at least 12 to start with, and then I drop them down in my inventory because I'm going to use it. I'll drop them into my tool belt because once I find myself a place, I'm going to use a few of those to, I guess you could say, barricade a safe area in the POI that I find. And if I don't find a POI, I'll simply nerd pull up the top of a tree and build myself a platform, put my bedroll down, and work on my quest while I'm up there. And honestly, the best trees to build in will be the pine trees, and we'll probably end up doing that for the night. Just for the first night. And then the second day, we'll leave out early in the morning, about 4 a.m. 0400, to look for a town or another POI. A house POI that's just randomly out in the middle of nowhere. Alright, and that stone axe is done. Drop that one in. We'll just keep doing this for a while. You'll probably spend the first, I'd say probably 13 hours of your day, or no, I take that back. First 12 hours of your day, in-game, first day, just smacking away at resources, trying to get everything you can build up before the night cycle comes in. Look, another bird's nest. More arrows. That's perfect. Now, as far as the night cycle goes, I like to have plenty of wood, because if I'm going to be building a platform on a tree, I want plenty of wood to build the frames, and I want plenty of wood to upgrade them at least once. And I want plenty of wood to use to craft all my tools and weapons and stuff. So I'll be smacking away at trees and grass and stuff here for a little while anyway. Now if you notice, I'm not doing nearly as much damage because my stamina has dropped drastically. So we're going to drink this water and we're just going to keep smacking away. Now when I go down to this camp out, or this cloth tent POI, this campsite POI that I came across a minute ago, should find a cooking pot sitting on the ground next to the fire, which will be great. Okay. Oh look, a tree stump. See these right here? Always look out for these, because you come in here, look at that cooking pot. I don't even need to hit that up down there. But because I want to see if they have any weapons, I want to see if they have any clothing, anything that could be useful, we're going to take a trip over there. And before we do that, we'll go ahead and craft up the rest of these arrows. Boom. And because I'm crafting new arrows, we're going to scrap that bow, scrap it, and we're going to scrap that club. Now, see, I got a zombie coming at me already. I don't have any weapons set up yet because I'm still crafting shit. So what I do is I'll come up here, I'll hide behind this rock, and I'll be undetected. He loses interest in me. Unless he can see me or hear me. So we'll keep an eye on it. I got 8 seconds left. And we'll get this bow going. And he found me. Damn it. But this is what I do. I just play a game of cat and mouse with the zombie. Till he loses interest in me. And just hide behind random shit. See, my bow is now 89. Oh, no. Get off the eggs. Go to the bow. And I can make another reinforced club too. Perfect. Now, because I have a new bow, this is what I like to do with zombies. This is how I like to take them out. Take out the leg. And bash him in the head. Oh shit, fat boy. Oh, I don't want to fight a fat boy right now. Man, oh wow, holy crap. 2 birds' nests right next to each other. Grab that. Grab this. Run. Okay, my guess would be they picked me up from this POI down here. Yeah, there's a lot of zombies over in this area. Where did that POI go? Oh crap. Alright. Well, this is where I'm going to go. I'm going to go this direction. We're just going to keep running. Going to head down by the water. I'm just going to kind of look around for that POI so I know what direction to avoid. And since there's so many zombies out here, I can just about guarantee you there is an area nearby. They just spawn zombies in by the hundreds. Well, in this case, because I'm in the first day of the game, it's more like the 10s, 20s, or whatever. But seeing how the zombies are all on this side, and I have a nice little pine tree there, we're gonna speed jump or speed hop through the water to this little island over here. I believe this is where I'm gonna stay for the night. Yep, this is where I'm going to stay. Alright, good. Now I could build a treehouse right there and keep an eye out on zombies in the water, which actually might be a good idea. Okay, I always, whenever I do this, you want to come one out away from the tree, like so. Damn you. And do what we call nerd pull ourselves up. Boom. And just to make sure I know where I gotta go to get back up, I'm gonna leave one right down here, like so. And I'm gonna put another frame there. Another frame there. And one frame right there. Now, with that setup, being as it's 1653, and I've got just enough time to get up here, let's go ahead and upgrade these. Now this is the basics of your treehouse building. You can literally build a 3-out platform from your treehouse. And that's not what I wanted to do, but gotta do what I gotta do. Alright, let's try this again. Now on this issue, just start taking out the closest one you can. And then we're going to come over here. And we're going to attach to, just to make sure I get just enough out. There. Now I've used all 12. And I don't want to take these up, so we're going to leave those there because that's my way down. But we'll go through and we'll get ourselves a little platform set up here. I'll let you watch me do that real quick. Won't take long. Just build another, say 15 this time. We'll build 15 this time. Drop them into the inventory. And boom. And go through and upgrade. Now I'm at least 5 blocks up. This would actually be block number 6 that I'm standing on. And I can get a good survey of the land so I can see where I'm at and what I got to contend with. And it looks like there's a buttload of water here. Now, oops. You're probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. Well, this way. Oops. Now I could build a ladder to get up, but it's just easier to get up this way. Now by doing this, I've made my platform at least 2 by 2. At least 2 by 2. At least 2 around, you know, 2 thick on the tree. Just give me plenty of room to move around up here without falling off. But this is how I like to do it. And I can do this. Need 2 more here. And we'll just craft 15 of them again. Not gonna hurt nothing. There. Now I at least have a decent sized platform up here. And as you can tell, it's hanging off a pine tree. It's only about 6 blocks up. Which at 6 blocks up, that is about the limit where you can actually attach these wood blocks to the tree. All the way around. Now most of these wood blocks are attached to each other. And this right here is getting my construction tools leveled up too. And there we go. Now I have a nice little platform here. Now my goal for this is going to be to find a place where I can, let's get this crafted first. And let's go ahead and make some more arrows. You can never have too many arrows. I have no meat. I don't have any water, but I'm right below, I got water right below me, so. And see, now I've completed all the basic ones. Now it's going to give me a special quest to go find a trader. Which is good, because considering where I'm at, the trader should be spawned up somewhere else, somewhere close by. He won't be too far away from where I'm at. It's about like airdrops. See, if I look around here, he's off in that direction. And you see how far away he is? He's way the hell over here. I haven't even made that far. As you can see, I've only used this little tiny bit of space. But we'll make that journey tomorrow. We'll make that journey later. I'm not too worried about that. The trader's the last quest you get anyway. And there's really no point in going if you don't have anything to sell to him. And seeing how I'm just on day 1, I don't really have a whole lot to sell to him. But I am going to stash that, and the nitrate, and that, and the cotton, and I'm going to hold on to, and I'm going to keep the rest of it. Now this torch, it's got a special place to go. Let's go ahead and get some stuff set up in here. Let's put that in there. Because I have a flashlight, I don't need the torch for lighting when I go to places. There. Put it there to mark my opening, my pick up and drop off. And we'll put one of those, put those in there. That gives me that much. Now I gotta get some water. Now let's go down. Get our empty jars, glass jars out here. And you walk down and you use the secondary command, which is on the PS4 is L2. As you can tell, it's almost 19, it's almost 2000. But that's basically how you get your bottled water. This is why I like having a little base next to a water. Oh, I need fuel. Okay, hang on. Forgot to drop the coal in. There we go. Let's cook that up. Get ourselves warmed up. Get ourselves dried off. And the zombie's still out there running around like an idiot. Look at him. Wow. But anyway, this is basically how I start my first day and how I start my first night. Now, I don't have a whole lot in here, but what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead, we're going to craft We're going to scrap the bow. We're going to scrap the club. Now you'll see why here in just a couple minutes. I got just enough iron here that I can scrap that. That'll give me what I need to make my new one. But once I get my new weapons done, like this right here, boom, we should be over 100 by now. Yep, look at that, 117. At 117 arrows later. But we're going to work on crafting up our axes, our stone axes. As soon as this club gets done, I'm going to start my axe crafting process. We'll go ahead and scrap that one out. We'll get to this. Check on my water. That's done. And I don't want to leave that on because that'll create a heat map. I'm good on drink. I don't need food yet. But anyway, here we go with the spam crafting method that I use to get my axe levels up. Now, I won't hit the square button. It just automatically selects it for me. And all I got to do is hit scrap command. The short key for scrap, which is the right arrow on the D-pad. Then I come over here, click, hit the up arrow, get right back into position to start it again. You only have to hit triangle whenever you deselect off of it. When you select the stone axe in your crafting menu to start crafting again, then you have to come back and hit the triangle on the stone axe that pops into your inventory in order to reset it, so to speak. But this is basically what I do. A lot of grinding. Now normally if I had a PC or a laptop or some way to edit this, you guys wouldn't have to watch all the boring crap. But like I said, I don't have that luxury on hand at the moment. But we're going to spend the first night here. You see, I've already gotten my level up to 50. And each time, every axe requires 5 stone to craft it. But you get 3 back out of scrap. So technically you're only losing 10 per 25 stone that you craft with. Yeah, you lose 10 stone for every 25 you use doing this. But at least you get your levels up. Now it is easier and it is simpler to just, spam craft the hell out of your inventory. But who really wants to sit and go through and break down all those axes? Yeah, I was a little slow. I got distracted there for a second. I had a cat behind me. And then we come up, do it again. We should get our stone axes up to around 100. Once we hit 100, we will stop spam crafting here. And I should have just enough stone that I can use it as a placeholder in my inventory. So when I do loot stuff, at least I don't use up the stone space. Now a lot of your players on 7 Days to Die would probably leave like the lead and the iron and everything behind in storage, but not me, because one, you're going to come across that stuff everywhere you go, no matter where you're walking, what you're hitting, what you're killing, what you're doing. You're going to get overwhelmed with things like brass and lead. You're going to pick up scrap iron. When you scrap stuff down, you're going to get nitrate powder and coal from when you break down the boulders. I mean, you're going to get stuff. So it's best to have a placeholder in your inventory, your backpack, for when you're out running around doing things. That way you don't have to worry about losing out on all those precious resources. Now, there's a lot of people out there that would disagree with me. You know, what's the point in having it in your inventory if it's taking up loot space? It doesn't matter. Whoa. Ah, I just used up all my plant fibers. Okay. Well, I guess we're done. And I got it up to 91, which is okay. It's not a bad thing. But we'll go ahead and do the auto sort. Now, my flashlight, I like to keep it the second one from the right. Mostly because whenever I do get a bone here after a while, I want to be able to make a bone shiv. And I like to keep my weapons close to the edge. Like for instance, if you look down here, I keep my stone axe on this end because I'm going to use it to gather resources. And it's a quick switch to this to take out zombie legs, and then quick switch to this to bash their heads in once they drop to their knees or fall on their stomach and start crawling. I keep my wood frames right here because if I have to run away, it's right there next to the club. All I gotta do is switch to it, run away, jump up, nerd pole, get away from them. Right here, I usually like to keep my pickaxe whenever we get to make a nose, but for right now, that'll be the place for my bone shiv once I'm able to make one. The reason I keep that there is because once I've did my damage with this, it's a quick 2 hits on the trigger and it comes right back. Now, a lot of people bitch about, oh well, I like to sort my inventory a certain way. That's great. I'm happy for you. But me, I like to use the auto sort because I don't particularly care. I'm not picky. I don't get bothered by the little things like, oh well, I gotta have this here, I gotta have that there. It's like my bandages. A lot of people would carry them down here in the inventory. I'm leaving that inventory space open for when I find new tools. Now I'm not detected. It is exactly 22:42. And we're going to get us some plant fibers. I'm not going to go very far from the tree, because I want to be able to quickly get back up top if need be. This is pretty much it for right now. And whatever you're building a tree house, be sure not to hit your tree. Because you damage the tree, it loses its strength in holding up your blocks. And when that happens, if a zombie accidentally comes up and smacks it, that tree's going to come out from under you and everything's going to go to hell. But I'm not messing with it. I got some tree, I got some stuff. We'll switch over. Nerd pull back up. And guess what? We can go back to spam crafting our axes. Now I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And scrap it back down. Back to the same old routine. Now normally, I'm not too afraid to just go down there at this time of night, even at this stage in the game, but for the sake of this playthrough, I'm going to take it easy. And I'm going to do 8 of them. Actually, let's cancel that. There it is. I'm going to craft 3 of these. I'm going to scrap the first one, keep the last 2. And you'll see why in just a minute. There it is. 100 and 101 is a backup. I always keep a backup because if for some reason one breaks, I don't have time to scrap it down and make a new one, so I just swap it out. But anyway, that's where we're at for the first part of the night. I'm not going to do any more spam crafting. I don't have any food to cook. I could burn up my 3 bottles of water to make some boiled eggs, but I don't want to do that because I need the water for myself. But I think that's where we're going to leave off this time. When we come back, I'll be starting off on day 2 in the morning. But just in case you haven't done so yet, if you want to see me keep going and you like what I'm bringing to you, even though it's a little dull at the moment, please leave a like, comment down below, and subscription would help very much. This is Android Angel signing off. Stay alive, people. Stay alive.